Is Manchester a good place to invest in property? No way, don't invest in Manchester. Of course, there is so much potential there. Oops, I'm so confused now. Who should I listen to? Okay, joke aside, let me show you how you can tell exactly if any investment area in the UK can be a good place where to put your money or not. My name is Fabrizio Cravero and this channel is all about property investment for the UK and overseas investors. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and let's create a community of investors that grows together. But now, your time is valuable and let's go straight to the point. I made a video in which I compared the performances of a flat in London, Hong Kong and in Liverpool. And Regina asked me, what do you think of Manchester M34 or M43? So let me show you how I can do my research about any postcode in the UK without even traveling there, simply with my computer. Look, I can see how many houses are there and what type, whether they are owned with a mortgage or not, how many people lives in each property, what it is their social grade, their level of instruction, their age, even which passport they are holding, and of course, very important, if you plan to rent the property, I can see the employment rate on each postcode and in which industry, and finally, the crime rate, which is something that worries a lot every investor. So, let me share my screen and let me answer Regina questions. Let's see if the M34 postcode is a good place to invest or not. So the search starts in this website here, streetcheck.co.uk. Here you just type the postcode, let's say M34, like Regina asked in her comment in one of my previous videos. Here you need to have actually the full 6 digit of the postcode. Let's say M34-0AE. And now you see that it's clearly divided into housing, people, culture, employment, crime, and nearby. So here in housing, you can see the housing type. It's very clear that in this area, in this particular postcode, the majority of the properties are terrace houses. Then there are some flat, purpose-built. Now, why this is important? Because, let's say if you're buying a villa, then probably quite rare and maybe hard to rent in this particular area. Then you scroll down and there is housing tenure. It's important to see what it is the proportion between houses owned outright, owned with a mortgage, or rented from the council. Let's say if there are too many properties rented from the council, probably it's not the correct place where you want to own your own property. I believe that particular area have to have a good balance between the different housing tenure. And then you can even see the occupancy. Let's say, for example, if in that particular area the majority of the people living there are families and you are planning to invest in an HMO, probably it's not the best area to be. So again, probably the best balance between all of them is the best. So then, here, you get to know a lot about the people. We have the social grade. So practically, the government kind of like divided, that's not so nice, but divided the society into 4 different levels. A, B, C1, C2, and DE. The higher the ranking, higher the level in a way. So it depends on which type of property you are planning to put in the market. Then you have to have, let's say, if it is more higher end property, the majority of the people should be on this A-B category. Otherwise, C1, C2, or DE, again, probably the best. You should be looking for a good average here. You even get to know how many male and female are in that particular area and the age group. So again, if you plan to have, let's say, an HMO rented to students, you got to make sure that there are not too many seniors in that area and there is that particular age group present already in that area. You even get to know their relationship status, their health and education and qualification. That's also important. Depends on the type of property that you are planning to put in the market. You need to have the end goal in mind. You need to know exactly who your tenant will be and then tailor-made the property for your particular tenant that you have in mind. Then here, there is a culture. You get to know where the people are originally coming from. In this area, for example, majority of the people is white and very small minority of other nationality, other ethnic group. Where they born, that for somebody that can be maybe something important. Which passport they hold, what it is their religion. I mean, the amount of information here is absolutely amazing. Really, I'm shocked. Then very important, the employment. Of course, you want to have the tenant being able to pay for the rent. So you got to make sure that the majority of the people are a full-time employee or part-time employee or self-employed. That's very important. You want to make sure that the unemployment rate in that particular postcode is low. So now I'm not going to give any particular comment on this postcode. I'm just showing you how actually you can create your deduction according with the numbers and the figures that you see in this website. Then this is very important point, the employment industry. Ideally, you have to have a very good variety of industries. Let's say recently we just came out, or we are about just now to come out from a couple of years of pandemic. So what if that particular industry is very much affected? Then your tenant won't be able to pay, or you won't even find tenant for your property. So ideally you should see here this kind of pie with many colors. That's very important. And then crime. Now for the crime, let me show you actually this. To check the crime in any particular area in the UK, there is this very interesting website that draw the data directly from the police website. So here practically you add the location you're interested in. Let's say M34, as Regina asked. Let's say this particular postcode here. And then you can compare it, since Regina asked for M43 as well, you can compare it with M43. And you can choose which level you want to check. Let's say area level, district level, sector level. So let's compare those two postcodes at district level. You start the search and you can see that straight away this website puts the two postcodes here. Oops, sorry. And compares them side by side. So you can see antisocial behavior. Let's say M43 is a bit better than M34. How many bicycle theft, burglary, criminal damage, drugs, other crime. So you can see straight away that overall, among those two postcodes, M43 is a bit more safe than M34. And you can repeat this search as many times as you like, comparing any postcode that you like. So those are just some of the checks that you can do, but actually there is much more than that. For example, in my course, online course, The Property Investment Secrets, by the way, you can have access to the free sneak peek if you like. You can see that in the module 3, I created the area analysis, here, the due diligence area analysis. And there is this file here in which I share all the type of checks that you can do with the related links. Flooding check, Japanese no-weed, mine shaft, radon gas, noise level, broadband, title deed. Honestly, there are so many things you can check in the UK that you can stay assured that definitely the property you're going to buy is going to be in the safe area with a good potential in terms of capital appreciation, and that will attract the correct tenant for your property. So you can see what we managed to learn in just a few minutes about that postcode in Manchester. Isn't it amazing? I invest in UK property, but I live in Hong Kong. Yet, I buy several properties per year with confidence because of the high level of due diligence that I do, even before placing an offer on a property, before spending any money on it. Sorry for the interruption. We get back to the video in a moment. You may be planned to invest in the UK, but you live far away from the area where you want to invest in. Or you live overseas like me and you don't know how to do it. I prepared a free training where I show you how you too can invest in the UK no matter where you live. Join me in this free training. There is a link in the description below, and I'll let you enjoy the rest of the video. So these are just some of the checks that I perform when a property deal is sent to my inbox from my several trusted agents all over the UK. There is actually much more, but this is a good beginning already. Now, please send me your questions in the comment box below. same as Regina did, or send me an email and I will be delighted to help you on your investment journey. Or why not? Get access to the free sneak peek of my Property Secret course from the link in the description below as well. And if you gain value from this video, I really appreciate if you can tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember, invest with knowledge, create financial freedom, and I'll see you in the next video.